Oh, I'm still dying. Why?
You weren't sent back to be cured. You were sent back to be weighed. Tested to see if she'd make different choices. To see if this time, here, had changed her at all. You're a tricky case, Philippa. So you had to be weighed to figure out your course.
The end was the same.
But you tried.
I failed. Her. The Empire.
But, this time through, you tried for peace. You saved a Kelpian. And you didn't have to do that.
Terra Firma explores one of the age-old questions. Are we more than products of our nature or of our nurture? And how easily can we change who we are? And by that I mean, how easily can we change the grand narrative which colors our view of the world, our morality, our view of the future, and our decision making? In the end, we are the sum of our choices and our actions. And Star Trek Discovery's use of the Guardian of Forever to explore Philippa Georgiou's potential for change within the environment of the multiverse sets up a fascinating dynamic of tension and conflict that is, at its heart, a celebration of Roddenberry optimism, that even the worst of us can be something more, something better. And this is why Terra Firma is a trek for all time. I'll admit that I'm not a Mirrorverse fan. I mean, I enjoyed Mirror Mirror and some moments in Deep Space Nine's take on those sorts of episodes. And yes, I do love the teaser for Enterprises in a Mirror Darkly, but that's about it for me. The Mirrorverse plot of Discovery's first season was fine. I mean, it didn't really do too much for me beyond the incredible production design. In fact, the Mirrorverse cheapened the Lorca character for me, making him a simpler villain rather than a damaged, complicated captain. But when Georgiou stepped through Carl's door into the Mirrorverse, I was floored, and found myself for the first time genuinely excited by the unknown of a story set in the Mirrorverse. This isn't your standard Mirrorverse story, and maybe that's why I'm drawn to it. Georgiou's experience in the Mirrorverse is a test of her character, which is meant to answer the question, did she change? And that's what fascinates me. Georgiou has been dramatically changed by her time in the Prime Universe. She has seen a possible way of living that exceeds her former imagination. She's seen genuine, intimate relationships between people that don't simply serve a role in one's acquisition of power. No, she's bonded with Michael, of course, but also Tilly and Saru. But we wouldn't have been able to see the full effects of her time in the Prime Universe unless she were put back into the former environment of the Mirrorverse. Back in the Mirrorverse, everyone can tell that she isn't the same woman she has always been. She protects Saru. She uses talk to promote peace instead of violence. But most of all, she does not execute Burnham for treason. And this is the episode's core and why it will persist. Georgiou felt what it was like to love and be loved truly by Michael in the Prime Universe. And now, back with her mirror Michael, every cell in her body desires to transform this Michael into the Prime Michael, to experience that love with her. But that is not ever going to be possible. Mirror Michael was forged in the Mirrorverse, which tells a very particular grand narrative, that identity is linked to power, and that power is won through strength and violence. Perhaps Prime Michael and Mirror Michael have the same nature, but they do not have the same nurture, confirming that both are critical to the development of a person. Without the nurture of the Prime Universe and its grand narrative of unity and self-sacrifice, Mirror Michael cannot ever become the daughter Georgiou so desperately wants. And in the same way, the Mirrorverse cannot become the universe she desires as well. Her one consolation is the course of liberty which she set Saru and the Kelpians on. The moment of Saru's arrival in the final fight is viscerally satisfying. What a great character, but it would seem this is the only real change Georgiou brought to the Mirrorverse. Despite this, the story is ultimately hopeful, and in the best tradition of Roddenberry humanism. It argues that even the worst of us, even a genocidal emperor, can be transformed in the right environment, within the right relationships, given enough time. What a simple and profound theme, and what a dazzlingly gorgeous production. Before I close, I just have to celebrate the production design of this two-parter. The stage production narrated by Stamets is breathtaking and artful and just totally unique in the half-century of Star Trek that we've seen. And for the cinematic, intimate examination of Emperor Georgiou, rooted in the questions of nature versus nurture, Terra Firma will remain a moving Trek for all time.